Today we'll explore the nature of soul loss, how it manifests in our lives, and the powerful ways we can use Reiki energy and sacred symbols to call back these lost pieces of ourselves, helping us return to wholeness and reclaim our vital essence. Soul loss and fragmentation manifest in ways that many of us experience but struggle to name. When parts of our soul separate during traumatic events, it's actually a survival mechanism, a profound act of self-preservation, where pieces of our essence temporarily depart to protect us from overwhelming pain or trauma. Think of it as your soul's emergency response system, automatically activating to shield your core being from damage. Through my own experience with soul loss, I came to understand that these fragments don't simply disappear. They remain connected to us through ethereal cords, waiting in a safe spiritual space until we're ready to reclaim them. The symptoms of this fragmentation can be subtle, yet pervasive. I found myself moving through life with a persistent sense of numbness, as if experiencing everything through a thick fog. There was an unmistakable feeling that something vital was missing, even during moments that should have brought joy or excitement. The signs of soul fragmentation often show up as a chronic feeling of being incomplete, disconnected from your life purpose, or unable to fully engage with your present moment. You might notice yourself struggling to make decisions, feeling chronically fatigued despite adequate rest, or experiencing a diminished sense of joy and wonder. In my case, I felt like I was operating on autopilot, going through the motions of life without truly being present. This fragmentation can also manifest as difficulty maintaining boundaries, chronic anxiety, or a persistent feeling of being stuck in past traumatic experiences. You might find yourself unable to recall significant portions of your life, or feel as though you're watching your life unfold from behind a glass wall. These are all signs that parts of your soul have separated, creating gaps in your energetic field that affect your ability to fully engage with life. Understanding soul loss as a natural response to trauma rather than a personal failing was a crucial first step in my healing journey. It helped me recognize that these fragments didn't leave because I was weak. They left to ensure my survival, and they could be called back when I was ready to heal and integrate these experiences. When our soul fragments and pieces of our essence separate, it creates vulnerable spaces within our energetic field. Imagine a protective shield with missing sections. These gaps in our aura become like open doorways, attracting and allowing various forms of negative energy to attach and settle into these spaces. I discovered this firsthand when I noticed that alongside my feelings of emptiness, I was experiencing inexplicable mood shifts and energy drains that seemed to come from nowhere. These energetic attachments can manifest in numerous ways. In my experience, I found myself feeling suddenly depleted in certain environments or around specific people. There were times when I'd experience sudden waves of emotion that didn't feel like my own, or I'd find myself caught in thought patterns that seemed foreign to my natural way of thinking. These were all signs of my compromised energetic boundaries. The gaps in our aura created by soul loss don't just leave us vulnerable to external energies. They can also create a sort of energetic vacuum that actively draws in lower vibrational frequencies. It's similar to how nature abhors a vacuum. These empty spaces in our energy field seek to be filled, and without our complete soul essence present, they often attract energies that can further deplete our vitality. I began to notice that certain locations or situations would leave me feeling particularly drained or unsettled. What I came to understand was that these moments weren't just about physical or emotional fatigue. They were instances where my compromised energy field was interacting with energies that weren't aligned with my highest good. The negative attachments that had made themselves at home in my energetic gaps were essentially feeding off my life force energy. These energetic parasites, as I came to think of them, can create a cycle that's difficult to break. They drain our energy, which makes us feel even more disconnected and depleted, which in turn creates more vulnerability in our energy field. In my case, this manifested as chronic fatigue, emotional instability, and a persistent feeling of being energetically invaded or influenced by forces outside my control. The most challenging aspect was recognizing that these negative attachments weren't actually part of me. They were opportunistic energies that had settled into the spaces where my soul fragments should have been. This understanding became crucial in my healing journey, as it helped me realize that these energetic hitchhikers could be released once I began the work of soul retrieval and energy field repair. Reiki entered my life at a time when traditional healing methods had left me feeling stuck and incomplete. This gentle yet powerful energy healing system works by channeling universal life force energy through the practitioner's hands, creating a flow that naturally moves to where it's most needed in the recipient's body and energy field. What makes Reiki particularly effective for soul healing is its ability to work on multiple levels simultaneously: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The beauty of Reiki lies in its intelligence. It knows exactly where to go and what to do, whether that's clearing stagnant energy, repairing tears in the aura, or creating a protective shield around your energy field. In my case, I noticed that during Reiki sessions, there was a profound sense of safety and wholeness that I hadn't experienced in years. It felt like finally being held in a cocoon of pure, loving energy that gradually began dissolving the walls I'd built around my trauma. Each session worked like a gentle but thorough energetic cleansing, sweeping away the accumulated debris of negative attachments while simultaneously strengthening my natural energetic boundaries. The energy would flow through my body, creating a warmth that seemed to reach into those empty spaces where my soul fragments had once been, preparing them for healing and reunification. As I continued giving myself Reiki treatments, I began noticing subtle but significant changes. Colors appeared brighter, my intuition became sharper, and I started feeling more present in my body. It was as if Reiki was gradually turning up the dimmer switch on my life force, helping me reconnect with parts of myself that had long been dormant. This energy work created a foundation of stability and protection that proved essential for the deeper soul retrieval work that would follow. Most remarkably, Reiki helped dissolve the energetic patterns that had been attracting negative attachments in the first place. Like a spiritual immune system boost, it strengthened my energy field's natural ability to repel lower vibrational energies while maintaining healthy boundaries. This created a safe container for my soul's pieces to eventually return home. The Sei Heki symbol, one of Reiki's most powerful tools for emotional and mental healing, serves as a bridge between fragmented parts of our soul. When I first learned to work with this symbol, I felt its gentle yet potent vibration resonating with those empty spaces within me, those voids left by soul loss. It felt like a key turning in a long forgotten lock, opening doorways to healing I didn't even know existed. The symbol works by creating a direct channel to our subconscious mind, where memories of trauma and soul fragmentation are stored. Its energy signature helps dissolve the emotional barriers we've built around our wounds, making it easier to locate and communicate with lost soul fragments. Drawing or visualizing the Sei Heki creates a sacred space where healing can occur naturally and safely. In soul retrieval work, the Sei Heki acts as a spiritual beacon, calling out to disconnected parts of ourselves across the etheric plane. Its energy helps harmonize and balance our emotional body, making it more receptive to receiving and integrating returned soul fragments. I discovered that using this symbol before and during soul retrieval sessions significantly enhanced the process, creating a sense of safety and trust that allowed deeply buried parts of myself to surface. The symbol's harmonizing qualities also help smooth the integration process once soul fragments return. It's like providing a warm, welcoming space for these long-lost parts of ourselves to settle back in. Through working with Sei Heki, I found that the emotional turbulence that often accompanies soul retrieval became more manageable, more like gentle waves rather than overwhelming storms. The symbol's energy helped me maintain a state of peaceful awareness as I reconnected with aspects of myself that had been away for so long. The Honshaze Shonen symbol opens doorways through time and space, making it an invaluable tool in soul retrieval work. This powerful symbol allows us to reach back through our timeline, accessing moments where soul fragments broke away during trauma. It's like having a spiritual GPS that can locate and communicate with parts of ourselves that have been lost in different times and dimensions. When working with past trauma, Honsha Shonen creates a bridge between present and past, allowing healing energy to flow freely across temporal boundaries. I discovered this firsthand when using it to heal childhood wounds. The symbol helped me connect with younger versions of myself, those frightened and hurt parts that had separated during difficult times. It was as if the symbol created a safe passage through time, allowing these fragments to find their way back home. The beauty of Honsha Shonen lies in its ability to transcend not just time, but also physical space. Soul fragments can scatter across different energetic dimensions, hiding in pockets of consciousness far removed from our present awareness. This symbol acts as a spiritual compass, helping us navigate these ethereal spaces and create healing connections that bypass the usual limitations of physical reality. Working with this symbol taught me that healing doesn't need to be bound by linear time. We can send healing energy back to past events, creating energetic shifts that ripple forward into our present reality. When combined with clear intention and pure love, Honsha Shonen becomes a powerful ally in the soul retrieval process, helping us gather and reintegrate parts of ourselves that we thought were lost forever. Through this distance healing aspect, the symbol also helps us maintain energetic boundaries as we do this deep soul work. It creates a protective field that allows us to safely explore past traumas without becoming overwhelmed by them. The soul retrieval process is a profound journey that requires patience, compassion, and dedicated practice. When I began my own process, I started by creating a sacred space, surrounding myself with the protective light of Reiki. Through deep meditation, I allowed myself to sink into a state where I could feel the gaps within my energy field, the places where my soul fragments had separated. Using Sei Heki, I first addressed the emotional wounds that had caused the initial fragmentation. Drawing the symbol over my heart and third eye chakras, I felt a gentle warmth spreading through my being, creating a safe container for the lost parts to return. This emotional healing was essential groundwork, preparing the way for deeper integration. The actual calling back of soul fragments is done with focused intention and the amplification of Honsha Shonen. I visualized each fragment as a bright light, scattered across time and space. With loving intention, I sent out a call through the symbol's bridge, inviting these parts to return home. Sometimes the process felt like watching stars slowly gather in the night sky, each one a precious piece of my essence returning. Before accepting each fragment back, I used Reiki energy to purify and strengthen it. This was crucial. I didn't want to reintegrate traumatized energy. Instead, each piece was bathed in healing light, restored to its original pure state, and energized tenfold. I felt each integration as a surge of vitality, like pieces of a puzzle clicking perfectly into place. The physical sensations during integration were remarkable. Sometimes I experienced waves of tingling energy, other times deep emotional releases. There were moments of profound peace and others of intense awareness, as memories and abilities stored in these fragments returned. The process isn't always comfortable, but it's deeply transformative, like watching yourself become whole in real time. Integration continues well after the initial retrieval. I found that journaling, gentle movement practices, and regular Reiki self-treatment helped my system adjust to operating at a higher vibration with all parts present. It's like learning to walk again, but this time with your full power engaged and your complete soul essence intact. Through this journey of soul retrieval and Reiki healing, I've experienced a transformation that feels nothing short of miraculous. Where once I felt fragmented and lost, I now stand complete, vibrating with an energy and vitality I hadn't experienced since childhood. The gaps in my aura have sealed, creating an impenetrable shield against negative energies that once so easily attached themselves to my field. Each day brings new discoveries as I continue to live from this place of wholeness. My passion has reignited, inspiration flows freely, and most importantly, I finally feel at home in my own life. This isn't just about healing past wounds, it's about reclaiming the fullness of who we truly are. If you're feeling scattered, disconnected, or somehow incomplete, know that healing is possible. Your soul fragments are waiting to return, and with the gentle power of Reiki, you can create the sacred space for wholeness to emerge. The journey back to wholeness may seem daunting, but every step forward is a step toward reclaiming your true essence. Trust in the process, embrace the healing power of Reiki, and know that you too can experience the joy and vitality of living with your complete soul essence restored.